Hi guys, welcome to the Youth Hub, the show that gets your groove on. I am yours, Rachel Gambo. And Kamakawa, we are here to bring you entertaining news and also not forgetting to educate you on the same. So karibuni sana to the Youth Hub, the show that gets your groove on.
Hello guys, how have you been? Tumewa miss, tumewa hata, and today we are having an important topic whereby we will be talking about something that has been happening in the society and something has been trending throughout the week. So guys, I'm Lynn Jogona, and let me tell you, mstoke hapo, like stay tuned because we are having a lot and we are having an amazing guest. So guys, let me tell you, acha tu nieke tu, but I hope you will enjoy. Talk to us on our social media platforms 21144 GBS TV across all our social media platforms. Yeah.
Yes, guys, as you've heard, we are going to be having an amazing show lined up for you guys. So, as always, before tuendelee, we always have a +1 with us. So, I'm going to give this chance to our guest of the day. Atuambie yeye ni nani, anafanya nini, amekuja kufanya nini, hapa ametuletea nini. So, karibu sana, please introduce yourself. Let the Kenyans know who you are.
Thank you so much. My name is Faith Ken. Mm-hmm. I'm a sexual reproductive health rights advocate,
okay,
a gender champion, mm-hmm, and also a champion for youth inclusion in leadership and governance.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my specific areas of focus, mm-hmm, in the youth advocacy and leadership. So today I'm here specifically to talk about a very interesting topic, mm-hmm, a very sensitive one. It's something that has been happening and we've seen it happen. Mm-hmm. And it has affected a lot of us, our parents, our siblings, people we know, those we don't know. Mm-hmm. This is a topic that I feel everyone should take part in. The role of the youth in ending femicide. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to more as we talk about, we delve deep, mm-hmm, into the causes of femicide, what femicide is, and how collectively, mm-hmm, we can fight this crisis together.
Okay. So as you have heard from the host's mouth, those are her titles, that's what she does, and she is here to deliver on this crucial and sensitive topic, as she has said, and I believe that we are all here to learn, get a thing or two to party take away, and we continue spreading love and positivity. So for the topic of the day, femicide, I was just telling Lynn and Faith here that this is a topic that me ogopa bedhe kuongelelea, because it's something that is very crucial. This is something that is very, like, it's super, super sensitive, and you just have to watch what you say when you talk about such things. But good thing is that we have someone to tell us more about it, someone to tell us everything we need to know about what is happening. So on today's topic, femicide in today's world, we are going to be talking everything femicide, everything yani femicide, femicide tutaongelelea hapa, right? So guys, do you come ready?
Yes, we are very much ready. Yeah, tuko tayari.
To our guest, Faith Ken, welcome again. She's our guest. Hapa tutakuwa tunamchambua 1 2 3, si ndio? Leo tuko serious, leo kuna kucheka cheka ovyo.
Leo tuko serious. Hey.
Leo ni mambo beard. Today we are here to educate you. Leo si mzaha mmezoea, but anyway. So I'm just going to give you this chance to maybe give us a very brief, like, general overview of what we are talking about, what we are dealing with at the moment as Kenyans and as ladies.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much once again. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about femicide, mm-hmm, it has different meanings. People define femicide differently. Mm-hmm. And from the original, mm-hmm, definition is the killing of women because of their gender. You know, it is gender inflicted. But again, mm-hmm, you had the other day, was it the police what? Mm-hmm. The head of police said that it's not a gender,
it's not something. A gender thingy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but femicide is the killing of women because of a gender.
Them being women.
Before I get into femicide, I want to talk about gender-based violence. Okay. And, when you're talking about femicide, it's also into GBV. Yeah. So we can't talk about femicide without talking about GBV. Mm-hmm. And also something else, I want the viewers to have an open mind, mm-hmm, when talking about femicide. Okay. First, just to give you a spoiler, mm-hmm, we are not here to create gender wars. we are not here to weigh how women are important than men, how men are important than women, how women can survive without men, or how men can, we are not fighting a gender war. And when I want to talk about GBV, because it's the women that are affected right here, the femicide. And also the question that rises when we talk about femicide is that you normally talk about men also get killed, but we don't talk about them. As a person, I am a woman. All my life I've been a woman. And you are a woman. You are a woman.
Yes.
That is why we're talking about women's issues. And if there is a man, no one stops you from talking about men's issues. And now the advantage we have as women, for example, when I talk still in line with GBV, if you say right now you're raped, I will cry. I will give you the support that is needed. She will give you a shoulder also, We will come together and be like, we're sorry that happened to you. What can we do next? But if it's a man that tells another man, you know what, I've been sodomized, they will start laughing, why? So it's not a problem about women not supporting men. Start with your own. Before we started championing for women's rights, we started as women alone. It's the women who spoke that, you know what, tumekuwa tukikanyagiwa for a long time, or we've realized we have so many powers that we didn't have initially, and our place is no longer the kitchen. Our place is in the boardroom, Our place is in the TVs. Our place is in managerial positions, all the big things, political offices. So it's the women that woke up and said, it's our time. So it's not like we're creating a gender war. It's not like we're not talking about the men's challenges. Also in femicide, we have to be neutral to talk about femicide. All the genders have to sober up, to come together into a conclusion and talk about a challenge that is affecting us. It's women that are being killed. These women are our mothers. These women are your siblings, are your sisters. These women are your girlfriends. These women are your wives. These women are your teachers. They're your bosses. So it's not like when I talk about a woman, I'm talking about a stranger or a strange being. This is a woman who has been killed. So we have to sober up and stop creating gender wars that are not even in existence. And men are also allies, because when you talk about femicide, the other time when we were demonstrating in the beginning of this year, there was a march that was organizing with the hashtag femicide KE, and you could see the men also came to the streets to support us, which is a good thing. That is the support we need, and that is why I said we need to sober up, all of us, and start these conversations clearly. And men are also allies in the killing of women. You find that in a case of domestic violence, it's a man that kills a woman, in a case of relationship gone wrong, and even in the rape, a child is raped and then she dies, those are also femicide cases. And the men are the causes. So that is why we need to bring also men into these conversations, not secluding them. And also to avoid stigma, because what happened to the survivors of GBV, we need to welcome, because the society comprises of two genders. That is the woman, the male and the female. So we need also to bring men into these discussions to end it. And we can only bring you if you're willing to join us in these conversations. We can't force it into you. We should be willing to join us. We should see a problem. As the youths, we should see that there is a problem in our society. Our women are being killed. And today you might be so adamant, it's someone you don't know. Tomorrow you'll have a child, and then she gets killed. Because years back, you didn't speak when it was happening, thinking it's a gender war. You're throwing it as a comment. Hata wanaume uliwa, lakini nyinyi amuongee. But the next time, because the society is not safe for your girl, it's not safe for your woman, Your wife is killed at workplace. Your wife is robbed and killed somewhere, because we didn't speak about it when it happened back then. So we need everyone to sober up, the men and the women, so that we speak about femicide as it is. We should speak about GBV without mentioning the roles. The women has to play the men, or everybody to sober up and come into a conclusion that, we have a problem, and this is how we're going to tackle this problem.
Yes, guys, so that is what we are going to be talking about today. That is basically the general overview of what we're going to be discussing today. And I hope wherever you are, you have at least meshika kakitu, you have a pen up hivyo, you are ready to take some notes because it's going to be a heavy one. Yeah, so we are going to go for a very, very, very tiny little break. Then we are going to come back now with a full discussion with everyone. I hope some mtakuwa mmeingia kwa manyumba zenyu mmekaa chini sasa and you are ready. So we're going to go for a short break and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, and as you have heard guys, like the topic yenye tunaongelelea, I think mshaketi sahi, mshachukua pen and you are ready because tunaanza kuingia ndani. Let's get to know what is femicide. Let's get to know, like there is a time like we used to feel like tukiwa in front of men we are safe. Right now ukienda tuseme, let's assume umeingia kwa matatu and umepata matatu imejaa men, utaingia? Will you?
Personally I would.
Okay.
But though it depends ni saa ngapi. It's most of the time me factor yangu most inaonga time. Kama ni usiku sana, I will not.
Do you feel safe when you are like around men, like yeah? Do you feel safe like nowadays after what have been happening? Do you feel safe like?
I'm not going to lie, not as much. I don't know, maybe Niju, I don't know about you, do you? Me okay, I don't really have Niju sina experience labda. Unajua mtu mwenye hajapata experience hawezi.
You can't.
Okay, personally to me I don't think it's a big problem. Most of the people I hang out with that wanahanga tu majama. I don't really think I have a problem with it.
And what about you?
Around men, I do feel safe.
You do feel safe?
Yeah.
At times you find like some people feel like they are not safe at all. I don't know why.
Like this someone you know, okay, although some of these things happen to you around the people you know, but I think
I think the question should have been in a certain environments, do you feel safe? Because when you talk about, for example, in that relationship, do you feel safe? You know, in that marriage, are you safe? In your class, in your home, are you safe? In that class, are you safe? You know, so that should be the question, because some people, okay, many, I know there are so many, are in very toxic relationships. And you know, these are the cases, the femicide cases, out of a marriage gone bad or relationship gone bad. It didn't start like right now, you get a man. It started with just one, you know, siku moja nitakuchapa, wewe nitakutandika, ukirudi hapa tena late nitakupiga, you know, kama hujapika nitakupiga, you get. So it started with just one word, one comment, but we ignore it. So do you feel safe in that relationship? Do you feel safe in that marriage? Do you feel safe with your parents? Do you feel safe with your uncles, friends, your relatives, your friends? And if you don't feel safe, what steps are you taking so that you make sure your safety is guaranteed? In that workplace, do you feel safe? Because nowadays, the workplaces, it's not even no longer about money. They consume us. You know, someone dies in workplace and it will even take 2 days without people realizing that the person is dead. You know, maybe it's the boss, the work is killing you. You are being sent to tasks that you can't even do. You're not safe while performing them. What are you doing to make sure you are safe? So that is what the question should have been, because around men, if you say, are you safe around men? You know, we feel safe around men. But specific men, there are men that we don't feel safe around. And it's your man. Unasemanga ukisema, mwanaume wako, wanaume men are dogs, it's your man. You are the one living with that dog. You know, me, my father is not a dog. Maybe my man is not a dog. So we should specify, we should go into details as they are.
Okay. So do you feel safe in that marriage? Do you feel safe with that man in your classroom, in your workplace? Please talk to us on our SMS number 21144 or at GVSTV Africa across all social media platforms. You raised a point about gender-based violence having so much connection with femicide. And maybe someone would ask, you said that femicide strictly the killing of women because of them being women, right? And then now there's gender-based violence, of which right now we are assuming we are talking about now the females being the victims. You know? So just a question. What about if the females decide to retaliate? Ikuwe sasa hawachapi peke yake, ni kupigana tunapigana.
Why should you allow it to reach to that point?
But we do have people that allow it to reach to that point.
Are we really after solutions or to make it worse? Because that one now it's a war zone. If I'm in an abusive relationship, instead of fighting back, yet I have easy solution of walking out. Why should I choose the one that will lead me to my grave?
Okay.
You see, so it should not reach to that point. You know, there is also androcide, the killing of men because of their gender, but that is not so common in Kenya. What we're experiencing right now, it's femicide. So instead of retaliating, unaona, siku hizi tuko na vichwa ngumu, and sometimes we tend to confuse empowerment and I can say being wild. You know, you can be empowered but decently empowered, or you can be empowered but with the right information needed. You know, so instead of fighting back, you can just walk away. Also, the easier solution, before you pick a place that you know you have to experience the real war, why don't you just quit? You know, why don't you just quit? And now as ladies, as young girls, this is where knowing your worth comes in. Because if I feel I don't deserve to be in such a kind of relationship, I can't even wait for the next time you're raising a finger on me. Unani point na toothpick and I'm out. You know, instead of waiting, leo mnipiga na toothpick, kesho nakubebea jembe ama panga. You will end up killing the man, or maybe he will end up killing you. In most cases, ni yeye atakumaliza. You want to be even here to defend yourself. You know, we will be victim shaming you, and you're not even there to speak, to tell us your story. You know, so just choose the easier one, that is to walk out.
Okay, so maybe when you talk of walking away, maybe there's someone who is asking, what do you really mean by walking away? Is it like if it's a marriage setup? Because right now, okay, personally, I'm not an advocate of such things happening outside marriage, at a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I feel like it never has to reach there. If I could pick up, so I'm going to be talking about maybe marriage specifically. So when you talk of walking away, is it walking away from the marriage, going away for some time, or going away to find solution maybe elsewhere? Ama walking away ni kuenda mpaka wapi?
In marriage, normally, a violent man, they don't stop at you going, they will follow you.
Okay.
Most women have separated with their men, and that made even things worse. Wanatafutwa. So if you've decided, I can't do this anymore, first seek a safe space. You know, there are so many rescue centers. You can call 911, actually it works. You can call the 911. You can go to a police station, get an OB number report, and then get a safe space fast. Because if you just move out, and this is someone maybe you've stayed with them for like 5 years, 3 years, this person can read your mind. Anajua ukitoka hapa, you're going to rent the next building. And if he had it in mind, it was his mission to kill you, he will get to you. Number two, most of them, these abusive men, they don't like kushindwa, you know, they don't like kushindwa ile ya bibi yangu ameniacha, the ego, you know. The toxic masculinity. They don't want it to feel like, oh, bibi yangu ameniacha. They will make sure it's either you go down, or he goes down, or both of you goes down. You know, and normally it doesn't end up well. So if you umeamua, you're leaving, go to a safe space first. Report. After reporting, then from there, find a life. And this is where I talked about knowing your worth comes in, because you can't tolerate such things. With the first insult, you'll be out. No. Unatafuta pale, get a safe space, report, and then now start a life on your own. Yeah, okay. Start a life on your own. I know moving on is normally not easy because of the children involved. Yeah, sure. You know, the co-parenting nowadays, it's so hard. But there's advice out there. We have, if you need therapy, there are hospitals offering free counseling services. You can get that. There's also the importance of having the sisterhood. I can call it the sisterhood. We have female friendships. You know, I can talk to you. I can talk to her. My marriage is this and this. It doesn't work. You can cover up for me. You know, because if we are friends and I leave my marriage, my husband will call you first to know my whereabouts. And because you've shielded me, will make sure you are watching him on my behalf. Unajua, unaona, what is his next move? Unaona. But normally pia sisterhood siku hizi pia zimekuwa mbaya, we can't just fuata njia, enda kwa police report so that ujue you're taking the next step. In relationships, I can't dwell much in marriage because I've never been married. But in relationship, what I can tell to a young girl, normally watu relationships zitu sumbwanga ni watu below 25. Exactly. We take so much of our time in relationship, yet we can do so many things with our time than even to be. I know the worst way in a toxic relationship, you're in school, you're just finding, you don't even have a life yet because the only thing you know is waking up, going to class, blah, blah, you know. So you spend so much time with in a toxic relationship, yet that time, relationship shouldn't even consume 10% of your time because you can do so many things. You can go to class, you can get that degree, you can get a job, you can acquire skills, different skills, you know, that you didn't have. You can make meaningful connections at that time. But sisi tunachagua kukua in relationship. Yeah. Another thing that we don't, I don't want us to ignore, and sijui itatokea aje. And I don't mean to judge anyone, but as a young girl, dating someone older than you, it is fine because you get free money.
Older. You know, how much is older than you?
You will know the older than you in your mind. It is fun because you get the free gifts, free money, but most of the time you don't have a voice in that relationship.
Okay.
You know, you don't have a voice because utariz sauti na rent haitafika. Rent itakatwa. Okay. Utariz sauti yako, kiatu utabaiwa. Utariz sauti, vacation imeisha. You get? So normally you stop to live your life, you start living the life that man wants. And that is now where you're even toxic for yourself because you've lost yourself, you don't know what you want. And huku ndo venye challenges inaanzianga. And now if you've gotten used to dating the older men, unaonanga wadogo kama takataka. Because dating a young man, haiwezi kukupea. The mzee was giving you maybe 50,000 monthly allowance. This kijana mdogo can only afford 1K or KFC. You get? That is the much it can do. So unaona kama hawa hawafai, yet these are the people your mind should reason with them. So dating an older man inakuchukuanga your powers as a lady because you can't speak for yourself. You can't tell what you want. You will just stay there for the money or for the what. Yes, and that is how you lose direction. Unaona. Number 2, also something we ignore is ignoring the red flags. Tunaonanga ni kama zinakaa roses. Unaona, it's red, but wewe unasema hiyo hata flag yetu iko na red, but we are surviving in it. Unaona, it's red. It's there, you know it's red.
Na ndio hiyo unaiona. But uko like,
because I do tell people ikifika point you have to seek relationship advice. That should be an alarm for you to exit. Because I'm the one in this relationship. You don't know nothing about my relationship. Why should I get advice from you?
From you, yeah.
You know, you don't date the man I'm dating. Why should I be seeking advice from you? Meaning, imeshindikana.
Like
that's
it can't work.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to a third party. Imeshindikana. Then why should you go to a third party? It should be time to walk out. Inapanga kama umesha badilisha the red flags, umesha zitwist in your mind the roses, you're like, wacha tu anipampa na hizi roses nita manage. Unaona, yet that is the time that unafaa utoke before even your mind is stick there, because normally tunagopanga ku start and then tunagopanga kukua alone. Most of the ladies, they fear being alone.
Yeah, sure.
Yet in being alone you learn so much about yourself. Number 1, when you are alone is when you can think even about the things you don't know, and you also know how to face the real life alone. But sasa sisi, you know, you can even hustle better when you're alone.
Yes,
when you're alone. And as a young person again. So unapatanga mtu anaogopa kukua peke yake, kuna huyo mtu amekuwa for 3 years relationship, 2 years relationship, mwingine from relationship to relationship. She has never been alone, you know. So she needs that sympathy. And then kuna watu wengi tena wako na traumas, they were never loved at home. So they're always looking for somewhere to hide, you know, somewhere to hide their traumas. Because they're looking for someone to shield them. So unless you learn to be alone, you'll discover more about yourself. You'll learn your weaknesses, you know. You'll learn your strengths because you are alone. Oh, naweza fanya hii peke yangu. You know, mimi mpaka siku hizi najua kubadilisha bulb. You know, because of being alone. You get? Being alone, you can know so many things that you didn't know about yourself. You can even think for yourself. But if you always you schedule your life that you're always dependent on someone, it becomes even so hard. Yenye ukikuwa alone, unaona you should move to the next time. Number 2, we don't give ourselves time to heal from a broken relationship, from our parental traumas. You know, kila mtu akona. And then this generation yetu, this is now the time. I don't know if our parents knew something like trauma. See, everyone is running away from their parents, you know.
Yeah.
If I don't want to be the parent, I don't want to mother my daughter the way my mother mothered me. So everyone is running away from their parents. Everyone is running away from their childhood. You know, so everyone has traumas. But now we don't take time to heal. You were raised up in a broken marriage. Your parents are always fighting. That is the only way you've known that relationship watu lazima wapigane. And now it's worse because when you call back home that umepigwa, your mother will be like, vumilia, unaona, hata mimi nilipigwa. So you grew up like knowing that is the only way hiyo kupigwa, unaona. You grew up knowing lazima ushautiwe, unaona. I even saw a thread on TikTok, someone saying relationship lazima kukikuwa na peace sana, it's not fun, lazima ufanye tu kitu mvurugane, you get? Because that is how
things were.
That's how things were. That is what they knew. Hakuna time wali experience peacefully. All time, unaona, mama lazima angefanya kitu, baba afanye kitu, wapigane, watoto wakimbizwe. You know, so that is the only thing they knew. When you right now wanaona akika kwa peace hivi. No.
It's normal. Like it's not
normal. We did a little fight. No, and knowing, you know, these little fights, they might be little, but they're inflicting so much pain in you, in your children, and you never know when it becomes now your graves.
Exactly.
Because the other time ilikuwa tu unashautiwa, unamwagiwa maji. The next time umerushiwa kitu kwa kichwa, and that is how you're down. The next time umesukumwa, umepiga kichwa kwa ukuta, and you're gone. The next time umeanza kuvurugana and you're holding a knife in your hands. Because now kuvurutana imekuja mbio, you dunga mwenzako, you know. So you never know. So unless we take time to analyze ourselves, what am I running away from? What didn't I like when I was a child? You know, I'm running away from my parents. I'm running away from my childhood. I'm running away from my education. What should I do so that I make sure I'm not toxic for others? There's some people who can't even awezi kana watu sana. Anapatana na watu wakikosananga wakiendelea. Because while growing up, ulikuwa umefundishwa kukaa peke yako. For you to do something, you had to be appreciated. Ulikuwa unamka asubuhi, the whole house, mama yako akwambia, mtoto wangu si umefanya kazi. Without that, you couldn't hear. Your parents didn't embrace you as much. So unaona watu, unaona wamekupenda genuinely, then you start retracting. Like, no.
It's not supposed to be like that.
It's not supposed to be like that. No. So you're always looking for problems that are not there. Na hizi ndo zinazangu unapata you are having something nice flowing out of nowhere, shida zimetokea, and you're like, I knew this man, he was a good person. Did you know yourself? You didn't. You knew the man, but did you know yourself? Au kunajichua. No. And then now yourself una unleash vitu zikiendelea, and now you become toxic for each other. Ule anakuua ama unamuua, and it becomes that way. Kuna watu wanapigwa wakirudiana pia mpaka inakuwa the norm. Amepigwa leo, amepona, mpaka siku hizi tunasemanga mambo ya watu wawili wamelalia blanketi moja, usifanye nini? Usiingilie because utamwambia leo, kesho anaenda kusema unaona ule Rachel mwenye akona kichwa kubwa ndo alikuwa ananiambia tuachane. You know, baka unakuwa shida. When unakuwa the monkey now because
wewe wakutenganishana.
Unaona? Mtu anakuambia ati yes sasa alikuwa ananiambia ni pack vitu ni host. Na yeye mwenyewe ana hata boyfriend. Unaona? No, not knowing the other night umepigwa kwa fukuzwa nje, sure. Instead of packing your things and leaving, umezoea tutapigana, tutakuwa sawa, na tutarudiana mpaka imekuwa. And now this stuff of kuvumilia. I don't believe in the saying that relationship should be built. Unavyo nyumba inajengwa na bomoka no, it shouldn't be built. It should be flowing. It should be flowing. Si kujenga, tunaweka hapo mamawe, tunaweka, it should be flowing. Because the next time you start building means una pick even the remaining pieces, unazi combine, unaiendeleza. But it should, it should be flowing. It should be something that I'm comfortable being there. I shouldn't do something that I don't want. No. Something else, it's conversations. We don't have conversations. Still I'm talking about relationships. Atukuangi na conversations, honest conversations. Because, for example, I meet a man and I'm lazy, for example. I don't like to do house chores, or it's not my thing. I don't do it. I don't clean. I don't do stuff. You get? But because I like this man, I pretend that I like doing them. I can do it. I'm that hardworking wife. I'm that traditional wife. I'm the wife you want, or I'm the kind of woman you want. You can't pretend forever.
Yeah, he's sure
you can't pretend for, not even for forever, even for long, for like 3 months, umeshikwa mahali. No, because that is not you. So because you want to get this person and you desperately want them, you pretend to be someone that you're not. And tuko hapo kwa relationship, and then I said I was hardworking. Then now house chores, doing blah blah, and then now because I got tired at the 3rd month, and I got back to who I was initially, tunaanza kupigana. Shida si juu tunapigana, shida ni we didn't have honest conversations in the beginning. We didn't have honest conversations. If we had honest conversations, this man would have known how to handle me. Or maybe shida ni yeye, I would have known how to, and I would have a choice whether to continue the relationship or not. No. Something else, unapata umesikiza mtu, anakwambia very well, mimi naye lazima mimi bibi yangu akinikosea nayo nampiga.
Hapo hakuna kuongea, nampiga tu.
Mimi lazima nioe 2 wives. Hapo it's non-negotiable. Mimi bibi yangu lazima vae hivi. You get? And because you want that man or you like him, you ignore all the things he has said and you try to be the woman he's talking about.
Forgetting what he said.
Not knowing this man made it clearly that ukikosa, anakupiga. And you never know when you unakosa. Maybe what to him ni makosa, kwako si makosa. Maybe what me I see as makosa, yeye anaiona kama it's something normal. No. And the next time unafanya makosa unknowingly. Maybe umebadilisha curtains, kwake ni makosa. Kwako you just wanted the house to be neat, and then he starts beating you. And hapo ndo unaanza, where did he change? No, he didn't change.
He was like that.
He
was
like
that. He said it from the beginning.
Actually, I do feel like when someone before someone does something, kuna venye mtu anakuongelesha by the way they speak, and you ignore it because you love a person. Unajua sometimes it's good to be keen. Mtu anakuambia ati ukawai niacha nitakuwa, and then you ignore that thing.
Imagine
you think that's a good thing.
Yeah, you feel like you see those understanding girlfriend ati he loves me, so hataki kuni lose, not because he don't want to lose you, ni juu ako na wivu. So he feels like hata anakuthreaten, and you are not supposed to stay in that relationship. Unajua kuna mtu hapo nyumbani ako like, my boyfriend told me ati nikimwacha tu hivi atanipiga, ataniua, and uko hapo ni venye ananipenda because you pretend to be understanding, lakini wewe huoni from the word go, hiyo ni red flag. Una try kuignore. Me I do feel like sifai ignore something like that. I should talk to them and tell them, you know what you said, may don't like be open, like mwambie I feel like haiwezi endelea hivi, because ashaanza kukuonyesha true colors zake, like anakupe idea of kitu yenye
who I am and what I'm
like
capable
anatry
of doing.
kukuonyesha what I'm capable of. The moment you ignore that, at the end utapata unagongo like anatry kukunyonga, kukukata.
And some of them even have the audacity to repeat it. Sinilikwambia ukinyata I'm going to do this.
What did I tell you? And we utakuwa ukifeel like uli ignore from the word go, and utaanza kusema oh he changed, I didn't know him like this. But like seti huku mjua hivyo, wendo huku take whatever he said seriously. Like you didn't like ulifikiria tu he's just saying it because like he loves me, but that's not love. Love, as she has said, like love ni kitu inafaa kuflow. Hufai could threaten your partner. You must talk to them, like you shouldn't be threatening them. Like ukijaribu uende like you see ati ama mtu anakuambia si lazima akuwa atakufanyia hivyo, like akwambie wewe nitakuua, ati ukiniacha nitajiua. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
I just feel like that's a red flag. And what about you guys? Do you feel like is that a red flag?
It is, of course it is a red flag.
Like what else do you feel like mtu wako nyumbani maybe hajui, like what do you feel, what else do you feel like mtu akikwambia you should be keen, like you should be keen on what they have said, like some of the things that ushaisikia ya?
Before that, do you even guys do background check on the people you're dating? Because most of these are killers. Most of them, let me just call them killers. Most of them wako na history. Unasikia alikuwa let me tell you, avoid the men who usually say their exes ndio alikuwa na shida. Unamuuliza how many exes do you have? 10.
Na wote ndio alikuwa na shida.
And then you marry the builder. You want to be, now you are the different.
You think now you are now the
you think now you are the different one. Mtu anakuambia ukiuliza mtu, normally we don't do background check, but ukiulizanga history, huyu mtu alipiganga ule bibi, if you ask unasikiza, even if we don't talk about our exes, for the ladies, I know we don't talk about, it's important to ask your man what really happened.
What happened with the previous relationship?
In the previous relationship, what really happened, or just be inquisitive. At one point, he will mention it. Ula unajua alikuwa ananifanyia hivi, hadi siku moja, unaona? You will have to know at some point. And then mtu akona repeated history. Some people are dating even people who are known to be abusers. But you try to ignore because, alikuwa anadanganyiwa. Alikuwa anafanyiwa hivi. Alikuwa anafanyiwa hivi. No, take your time. Take your time and learn these people, because it didn't start, you are not any different. Somebody, the listed faces that wameua watu. One of them is even John Matara. I'm sure there's a woman right now sleeping with John Matara.
I'm not the different one.
Because she believes alidanganyiwa. It's innocent until proven guilty. But this person has been listed. We have, may her soul rest in peace, Scarlett Who she died.
Yeah.
And this man was mentioned. Other 7 ladies who had reported
came out
and said this and this happened. And then you want to go for the same man.
Believing you're going to be different.
Believing you can make him change. Believing you can. No. So sometimes tunajitakia tu hata hizi vitu. No. Before we start blaming men, as women, what are we doing so that we don't reach there? Tusifike hapo. And just the way we do say when we are advocating for, when we are talking about HIV and AIDS, don't wait until you be on the statistics. Don't wait until uanze kuhesabiwa. In the month of November, 3,000 women were infected with HIV AIDS, 1,500 being age 20 to 25. Don't wait until you kwa statistics. And not waiting, what are you doing to avoid being on the statistics? Because let me tell you, the ladies wenye waliuliwa, no one knew she will die.
No one, sure.
And let me tell you, it's not that they were careless. They were not careless. They were very careful. Hakuna mtu atajitoa hapa jipeleke kwa muuaji aseme murder me, I'm here, shoot me or stab me. They were very careful. and they wanted the best for themselves. So it's not like nonanga tukisema walikuwa napenda pesa. The man that killed them alikuwa anaua mbona. The man also loved money. You get? But we don't want to talk about that direction. They loved themselves. They took care of themselves. But what they didn't do, they didn't know that they can be among the statistics. Just the same way when we're talking about people with disabilities. Unaambiwanga disability is a class that you don't know when you can join. It's the same way with femicide. You don't know when utajipata kwa statistics. You can be so preserved. You can be so, morally upright, but you find yourself in the statistics. But what are we doing so that you don't find yourself there? The first thing is do background check in these relationships. Number 2, ukisikiza mimi hata kwenye naishi nikisikia nimefuatwa usiku, the next day I'm looking for houses. I'm looking for houses to harm me because I don't take second chances when it comes to my life. Nimetembea usiku then nasikia mamiguu nyuma yangu. Natoka. Unaona? Even where we stay, unaingia mahali unasikia huko security si mzuri na bado unajipeleka tu.
Na bado unaenda kuishi huko.
Bado unatoka kuishi, then you're coming back to blame the government.
Yeah.
You're coming back to start blaming the government. Yet, you knew very well uliambiwa huko security si mzuri, ukajipeleka huko. Do you even check areas? Watu wa boda hiyo ndio job yao, most of them. Ukiuliza bro, nakuja nataka kuhamia huko security kwa aje? Hata hiyo time anakupeleka kwa hiyo nyumba mta story. Akwambia huko naye kifika saa 1 usitoke nje. That is enough alarm kuachana na hiyo place. And for just coming back to our relationship, take maximum care. If you feel you're in a relationship that uko forced to do something, even to sleep with that man, like you have to be forced. Even the times that you don't want to, you have to do it. It's a time to leave. It's a time to leave because the force haitakuwa kwa kitanda pekee. The next time itakuwa kwa something else.
Yeah, sure.
You might be forced to take alcohol. And then the next time you're forced to take cocaine. Sijui kama cocaine inakunywanga ama inakwanga, I don't know. The next time unafosiwa kuchukua all those things. And then the next minute umefosiwa kufanya hizo vitu zote and wewe si pro and you're dead. Na tunakupata kwa roho umedampiwa. You get? So what do we do before tufika hapo? Badala kuanza kujiblame. For vijana pia, you can support us in these things. Si lazima uwe dem.
Yeah, sure.
No, si lazima uwe mtu. You don't have to prove a point. Nunanga mtu akikufa, each time a lady dies, each time we see it's the breaking news. So and so has been murdered. Kwanza during that time ilikuwa so much kwa Airbnbs. Let me tell you, Scarlett didn't wake up one day and agree to meet with the guy at South Sea and an Airbnb. She knew the guy. And there's a question that I asked people back then when we were talking about that same case. The guy you are dating, do you know him well?
Do you know him well?
Do you know him well? How sure are you that he can't kill you? How sure are you even sure that, it's the same. How long have you known this guy? You can't know someone enough. You can't know someone unless you just take ukiona red flags toroka. Make sure all of them are green. Don't even ignore because the 10 are okay, then the one
iko na ndi red.
Hiyo one itakufanya uishie kwa kaburi. Kuna vitu zingine you can take kama mtu kutopanga manguo. That one we can talk about. But something like someone shouting at you. Mtu anakudisrespect in public. Someone forcing you to do things that you don't want. Because I'm insisting or someone forcing you to be the person you're not. No. You know very well wewe you're not this type of person, but because you love this guy, you have to shift to be the guy, the lady that no, you should only change when you want, not when someone forces you to change. Okay. You can change because it's time for change. I had I had my hair plaited, but now I feel like shaving it. This is my own decision.
That is you want
it should not be because
to do it.
Yeah. And most of these abusers wana make sure by the time they're bringing in these changes, so make kwa mabeshta wako wote, you are alone.
Yeah, by the
you don't have a social life. You don't have friends.
So there's no one to run to.
You don't have any extra activities. You don't even have a hobby. You don't have a skill. You're just there. Your whole life is this man. So akisema we are going left today, it's left.
It's left.
But before ifike hapo, you can actually do something. Yeah.
Okay, and guys, we are going for a short break. Talk to us. Tell us, what do you feel about this topic? What do you think about it? Talk to us on 21144 GBS TV Africa across all our social media platforms. And we'll be right back after a short break.
Yes, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I hope you are having an amazing time wherever you are, and I hope you are at least getting something. Isiko tunaongea tu na uko tu hapo, uko tu. Please at least get something, and also go and educate other people when you hawana hii knowledge yenye tuko hapa tunapatia. No. Okay, I don't know if I should call it selfishness or what, because we do have families or mothers that actually have kids, and when it reaches that time, yeah, they have to walk away. They just leave without the kids. Let me go, do whatever I'm going to go, and then I'm going to come back for you.
For that one, I can't call them selfish. I've never been married, but I am a mother. And again, if it reaches that point, let me tell you, huyo mtu amekaa chini akafikiria. And it's not even easy for them to leave and come back for the kids. And maybe, hizi marriages, according to the stories, mtu anaweza kuwa toxic to the wife, but he loves the children.
Yeah, true.
No.
True. Yeah.
And then now the problem comes in, if you leave and leave the children behind for life with this man, you don't know the next woman coming, how she will treat these kids.
I think that's where the fear comes in society.
So if ameamua, because if I'm not whole, I can't take care of my kids. Kama mimi mwenyewe, I can't take care of myself. I can't take care of the kids. So it's better if I leave fast, find myself, then come back whole. And take my kids now. I'm ready to face life with you. But kama we mwenyewe, like you don't even remember, like you're that lost. This marriage ilikupeleka to the trenches. You need time to work on yourself. Because if ukichukua watoto na wewe, utawatolea enga. Na utapata instead, your guy was to kill you, now you want to kill the children. You see post watu wakimba pesa zile za msipochukua huyu mtoto mimi nitamrusha kwa maji. I'll kill these kids. Mwingine ameacha na lady mwenye alirukanga na mtoto ndani ya river, alimfunga kwa mgongo akajirusha na yeye. You see? Women they've done a lot of things. People have done a lot of things. Because wewe mwenyewe, you're not a person. You're just a walking body. You don't know yourself. And then umechukua na mtoto. And then most of them also says, mimi eri nikufe na watoto wangu. You don't have to die with your kids. And you don't have to die. Kuna solution. Kuna solution. And it can be found. You just take a walk, find yourself alive, then come back for the kids.
Okay. And what about how watu wanakuanga married? Like you're married, you started from scratch, umetafuta pesa, you and your husband, and then after umepata pesa, then all of a sudden your husband starts to be like anaanza kuona like you have done nothing, anaanza kukuchapa kukutishia, and on like utakuwa ukifeel like hey, tutafute all this money na yeye alafu anataka kuniacha. Like how can you tell a person, maybe kuna mtu ako into that position, like yeye anachapa, lakini since tumetafuta hiyo pesa na wewe, since tumeteseka na wewe, siwezi kuachia hiyo. Like how can you tell that person?
Now that one I don't think I can be able to answer. Because in that case I know this woman was building the man. Even all the assets are in the man's name and not the woman's name.
Not yours. Yeah.
Now this is a call to all the young ladies. This empowerment we are preaching morning, lunch and evening, don't take us back. Don't take us back. The women empowerment we talk about each day, each night, on televisions, on social media, in the villages, mashinani, we are making foot to foot, don't take us back. Instead of building a man, you can actually build yourself. You can build yourself. Nowadays, women have assets on their name. Women have lands. Women have cars on their names. This is empowerment you're talking about. Build yourself. And there's a message that has been passed to the young girls. that empowerment inamaanisha mwanaume asiwahi kukuchezea. We are not empowering each other to fight men. We're empowering ourselves to be better than the women before us. You know, we are empowering ourselves to know better and also to acquire the good things that women should actually have but they didn't have. So we are not empowering ourselves to fight men or to be better than men. We might not be better than them, or we might actually be better than them. So you are empowering yourself so that you make your life comfortable. You're buying that car for yourself to ease your movement, to fulfill the dream you had when you were a young girl. I want to drive one day. You know, it's not to fight a man. Ukianza kucreate ni kama you're pulling the other side and the men are pulling, then tuna lag behind. So this empowerment that imekuja, let us not drag ourselves back. Build yourself instead of building that man. And I said, si lazima ukue kwa relationship. You don't, it's still lazima, you know, still lazima ukue kwa relationship. You can actually, and you can build yourself as the man is building himself. Uko hapo, you're playing the wife, huyu mwanaume anaendea masters. Unaona? Anasoma uko huku una feeding the family. What are you doing? Ana enroll for masters, you enroll for your masters. Maybe alikuwa na degree, uko na diploma. Thrive, pia wewe ufike level yake. Unaona? Or to be better for yourself. Huyu mwanaume anajibaia gari, you don't even know how to drive. Anabadilisha magari, you still don't know how to drive. You are just there, you're content. Unaona? Because mimi I'm already a wife. Hii ni vitu za bwana yangu. Yes, ni za bwana yako, but you don't know what might happen. And there is also that fulfillment of having a voice in everything. And also having something for your own. Unaona? Having something for your own. Before you get married, these are not the areas that we used to just buy wigs and stuff. Have you ever gone to forums or just watched a lady and you say, you know what, I admire this lady. I admire this lady. She has achieved a lot at a young age. You know, what she has done for herself with her life, I admire her. I want to be her, or I want to be more than her. I would like to meet this lady. You have someone, that's one person that you want to meet. It's because she didn't just sit down and wait for some man to give her free money. You can take the money and still build yourself. No. You don't have to just sit down. Na hizi kukaa chini ndo zinaletanga mashida. Because you can't even move. You don't know how to drive. And then uko tu. Alafu utakuja kusema nilijenga, we built these things together. No, you didn't build together. You didn't build together. He was building, una approve tu. He built himself. You helped him build himself. But you're still that same level that you were 10 years ago. With your diploma, you know, or with your Form 4 certificate, you're just there. Hakuna hata vitabu umesoma wewe. Like you haven't even traveled kama venye yeye, because you're content with that life. So let us not insult the empowerment that imeletwa, that imekuja. Let us strive to be better women than the women before us. Unaona, usijenge mwanaume. You can jenga mwanaume ukijijenga. Na mnaweza jijengana pia. Si lazima everything ikuwe in the name of. And then your parents didn't educate you just to be a wife. You can be a wife and more.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can be a wife and more. Ukuenda shule. Something I do say, I mean, ukuenda it for 4. You just throw it away. Ungeamka upewe karai, ufunzwe kufua nguo, ufike 5 years ufunzwe kudu stuff, ufike 13 uolewe.
Hiyo sasa ungekuwa umetayarishwa.
If that is what you wanted from the start.
Sure.
No. But now that umeenda shule, umestruggle kupita, umekufanya degree yako, kufanya high school, kufanya nini, umepigana hapo na makem, bio and stuff. No. And then you're just throwing it all away. It's not worth it. It's not just, you're not doing justice with the very education that we boast around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. So do more for yourself. Always aspire to do more, to be more, to know more. Yeah.
Okay. So do more for yourself. I hope you've gotten something. Like kama uja get kitu sijui nini tulikuwa tunafanya, but I just hope that you have gotten a lot, because a lot has been said here a lot that is really important and really insightful, and I hope that everyone has just gotten a bit of something, you know, at least enda na take away home. Wende uambie hata majirani huku na huku nimejua hivi na hivi, you know. So let's go to implicate knowledge on others, you know. So yeah, this is one of those topics yenye haiwezi isha. Tunaweza shinda hapa tuonge. It can't just come to an end. But for this specific episode, unfortunately, we have come to the end of it. Yeah, so I'm going to give our guest, Kienda Sana, 30 seconds to utupatie your parting shots, your last words, now where we can find you on social media.
Okay, thank you so much. So as I wind up, what I wanted to say is that femicide, this is, I can say, a disease that is already here with us, and it's our collective responsibility to fight it, both the men and the women. And even for the men, I know you have issues, I know you have men, boys issues, but you can just use a platform to advocate for your own issues, then that is how people can support you. Same to the women. With these issues, you can just start your own advocacy in your own platform. We have TikToks, we have Facebook, all the platforms, but we don't take good use of them. You can actually do something meaningful with them. And let us always aspire for a war-free society, a very safe for women, for girls. Imagine a place where children can just play outside. The girls can just walk freely without feeling fear or without being always told to be girls or to be in a certain way. So that is a call I'm giving to all of you. Let us do better. Let us support our women as the men. Also women, let us support our fellow women. Tuinuane, tujengane. Na kama issue ikitokea, let us all come out to talk about it without judging, without victim blaming, because the victims can't even speak for themselves. Let us also welcome and embrace survivors. Let us give them the support that they need. Let us show them the way and tell them, you know, this happened, but you still have us. So my name is Faith Ken. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, at Faith Ken, but I'm most active on Facebook.
At Faith Ken.
Faith Ken. That's it. You can, if you have something, you can just share there. I do talks in mostly campuses also. In high school, I talk about sexual reproductive health rights, all topic related to reproductive health rights. That is GBV, teenage pregnancy, leadership, youth and leadership, because I'm also in the leadership space, governance. We talk about women's issues. I also do free spaces, free talks, whereby you just can share your mind, and that one is done in high schools. You just write a note, you say whatever you want to say, no judging. Unaweza uliza ile swali inatoka ndani. I also do those ones. So it was nice having you guys, and thank you so much for hosting me. And let us continue to push this one in our societies. I was given 30 seconds na nikama nachukua 20.
And guys, it was nice having you, and we have really learned a lot. Kama ujasoma kitu, I think you have umemiss a lot. And I feel like kila mtu amelearn something. Usikae into a certain situation just because you feel like you want to fit in. Like you feel like nikitoka hapa what will happen? You just live for your own peace. And guys, if you want to talk to us, if you feel like you have a story to share to us, you have been a victim of GBV, a survivor of GBV, you can share your story to us you can just DM us on SMS line 21144 GBS TV Africa across all our social media platforms. Lynn Jogona across all my social media platforms.
Thank you so much, guys. That was the Youth Hub, the show that gets your groove on with our guest, Faith Ken. It was an amazing time. Thank you so much for the insight. So, yeah, guys, if you want to be the next people on these seats, you know how to do those numbers. Tupigie, tuongeleshe, talk to us, tusemezeshe. And yes, and as always, let's remember to spread love and positivity across everyone. Ladies, gentlemen, watoto, wazee, nyanya, babu, kila mtu. Let's spread love and positivity. So till next time, same place, same time. I was yours, Rachel Gambo. This was the Youth Hub. You can follow me on Instagram at is._Rachel. And as Lynn has said, GBS TV Africa across all social media platforms. Till next time, bye-bye.